Hi, this video is to respond to what happened on my Reddit thread and what happened because of it. If you're here because of the thread, then sit tight. If you're here because you're one of my subscribers, I have an announcement to make at the end of this video, so either skip there now or listen through the whole thing. Alright, so earlier today I made a Reddit post. This post was about a pro player that I played with earlier that day. I made this video to say, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry for making the post, but I am sorry for how it turned out. I want to start off by saying that I had no intentions of the name of the player to get out. I was not making the post for comfort or to reassure myself. My point when making the post was to start the debate on how pro players behave towards normal players. I'm sorry for wording it the way that I did. It came out way too strong, and it came out as if this particular incident was making me really upset. And that's not the case. The player in question just happened to be the straw that broke the camel's back on an issue that has been going on for far too long. I respect him as a player and I have no grudge against him. I'm so sorry if the thread became a matter of two sides throwing shit on each other. And I see my part in that, I do. The title made it sound like the player did it on a regular basis, and the post might have empowered that. It was not necessary to go into such detail about what happened, as it was not relevant to the point I was making, as I originally intended it to be about a long-running trend of professional players hurting the growth of the Smite competitive community. I want to make it clear that the player in question is not an antagonist for this community. In fact, he contributes simply by being as good as he is. There's far worse cases of BM from pros than this guy, and the comments on the thread painted an unfair one-sided picture. A question thrown around in the comments are what really happened and who's telling the truth. As always, there's two sides to the story. In my side, I felt like the player in question had no respect for our time. In the beginning of the game, there was either a misunderstanding or a misplay, it doesn't matter. However, sometime after that, I felt like the player in question was almost mocking our mid, who happened to be my clanmate. As I saw it, the mid said, "I'm learning this god, I'm new at him," and the player responded with, "I'm new with this god as well." Being new to god is completely fine, except I know he wasn't. Instead, he started roaming the enemy jungle, completely disregarding how the team was hurt by it. This is why I felt like he was not respecting our time invested in the game. I have a schedule where I have very limited free time, and a lot of that time going to Smite. I love this game, and I'm practicing all I can to get better. The team that I am in cannot scrim as often as needed, and neither can I. So naturally, if I want to practice Conquest, I have to go to casuals. Some are saying that I can't blame him. I mean, you are allowed to do bad in casuals, and of course. A lot of people say that I'm just salty because I lost, and some even extend it to say that I'm salty because I lost to him the game after where he played an unconventional god. To that I can say, no, I was not salty because I lost. Losing does not bother me. The fact that he beat me the game after didn't make me upset either. This guy is a pro. If he wanted to, he could probably go Hu Yi support or Nox jungle and still wreck me. What made me angry was his complete disregard of our time and our commitment, as I play to improve. It's part of a pattern that I have experienced since before the launch tournament. Some pro players are so BM that you would not believe it. Again, this player is no extreme case. But that game, he was part of the problem. His side of the story is of course completely different. According to his comment he later removed, I needed to grow up and get over it. And many agree, and I can see why. This might seem like a huge overreaction to what happened, and if you only read the comments of the thread, it looks like I'm batshit crazy over this. And reading my post, it sounds a lot more upset than I intended. So don't take my word for what happened. I have watched the replay, and I still agree on what I said, though I agree it does look like I'm far too upset compared to what happened. As far as his and my story of this, there's not really much else I can say. However, I'm sorry that the thread turned into what it is. As soon as his name came out, people started flinging shit. Both at me and him, and I don't mind people flinging it against me. I put myself in the crossfire, but all the hate on him, I felt it like it was unnecessary. For a while he had the replay on his stream, but that was later removed. It is speculated that it was because he wanted to hide supposed evidence, but I think we need to give him the benefit of the doubt. He said himself that he deletes all his replays, and that might be true. In fact, it probably is. Don't discredit what he has to say based on an assumption that he removed it to hide something. Bottom line is, I wanted to start a discussion and raise awareness on how pros behave. Like it or not, they are supposedly the best the Smite player base has to offer, and is therefore a representation of our player base. I know people who have quit Smite because of BM, and it hurts even more when it comes from pros. Some may call those people wussies or crybabies, but what pros do and how they behave spreads through the community, affecting us all. It deters people from playing ranked, and it even deters some from even playing casual conquests. It's hurting our player base size, and therefore, in the end, the game we all know and love. I spend so much time and energy on this game because I love it. And I'd hate to see it miss potential because of pro behavior hurting the player base. So closing words, I'm sorry. I'm not sorry for making the post, but I'm sorry for wording it the way that I did, and I'm sorry for contributing to turning it into a rage train against this player. And to the player in question, I'm sorry for the energy this has cost you. I'm sorry if this in any way hurt your reputation, and I'm sorry I took it too far. I did it with the intention of raising awareness on an issue that hurts the game we both love, and I accidentally made you a target for misdirectioned hate. If you're here from Reddit, the video's over. To not divide this discussion, if you want to shout at me, head back to the thread where I posted this. Commenting here will not be seen by as many, and will give me publicity, which I don't deserve, so go to the thread for comments. Now, to my subscribers, I know my video has taken long. My next guide will be the support guide due to this Friday, and this Friday will also be the day I premiere as a streamer. I will start streaming on Twitch, and my goal is to have fun, interact with chat, and hopefully have at least 3 viewers. All Smite related questions will be answered if asked in chat. That is all. Thank you for your time, and have an awesome day.